gone midnight in Burton. PC's Tim Horsfall and Steve Flynn have been called to assist some bodycam colleagues who are hunting for two suspected robbers that have given them the slip on an industrial site. Approaching the area, Tim and Steve split up to widen the search. The perimeter looks secure, and there's no sign of the suspects. But Steve catches up with PC Aaron Ramsey, who very nearly had the suspects in his grasp.
One's like, they almost thought about it and then legged it again. It looks like they've hidden in the bushes around there. I've been on foot. Yeah. Mince has been in the car, and then they double back on us. And we actually see him go under the fence and across the track.
The two men have escaped via the railway line, but the cops can't let them get away.
I can't.
Over the past few weeks, local businesses have suffered a succession of diesel fuel thefts from lorries and heavy plant vehicles. £50,000 worth of fuel has been stolen, and the men who have made off tonight are the main suspects.
They're obviously up to no good. In fact, they've ran off on seeing police. So whether they're connected with that fuel theft or not, I'm not entirely sure.
It was key to try and locate them because they were busy at night, when obviously people are less suspecting when they're asleep in their lorry cabs, etc. So it was key to be focusing on them.
Close to the railway line, Steve and Tim spot someone. Anyone out this late is going to be questioned.
Where have you just come from, my friend?
Sorry?
Where have you just come from? Okay, what were you doing around the back of there a minute ago?
Sorry?
You matched the description, black beanie hat and green khaki jacket, quite a thick set, of someone who's just run away from the back of the travel lodge.
No, sorry, sir. I just think you come outside from the back, so I cannot smoke you.
Steve buys the man's story. He's just out for a smoke. Back in the car, Steve and Tim get an update. They've been alerted to be on the lookout for a van that's been linked to the suspected fuel thieves.
There was a possible linked vehicle, which was a white van, and it's quite distinctive because it had like a ladder on. We had a picture of that from some CCTV. Our aim was to try and locate that vehicle.
It's 3 a.m, and after 2 hours of searching, any hope of finding the two men has all but disappeared. But then, Aaron makes out a van in the darkness that matches the description of the van everyone's been looking for. It's parked up on some waste ground, and there's no sign of the suspects.
Okay.
Aaron records what he finds on his body camera.
Wet sand by the looks of it. That could have been used to dry out any fuel spillages.
With strong evidence to suggest it is the van associated with the fuel thefts, the cops are busting in. Bingo.
Beautiful.
We're getting entry to the vehicle. It is definitely our vehicle. It's a huge container in the back. A lot of sand, a lot of piping. The vehicle's not registered to anybody. There's no insurance, there's no tax, so it immediately arises suspicion straight away anyway.
This is a secluded part of town, and it's deserted. But all of a sudden, a car heads straight for where the police are, with the van. It's going to be stopped. Its driver has got some explaining to do.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
When? Why are you here?
I come to here, I was here, I'm with my friend.
Why?
We were speaking with some girls.
What girls?
They're working, you know, like...
Prostitutes.
Yes.
It's a bizarre story, and Aaron doesn't believe a word of it.
So why have you driven down here with just you and your friend? To Pete? Okay.
The passenger is even less convincing.
I think that van's yours and you're here for that van.
The men are going to be arrested.
Yep.
So 3 I'm under control to Electric Street, please. Yeah, just had a vehicle turn up out of the blue with 2 males in. No reason to be here. You're under arrest on suspicion of theft of fuel.
Me?
Yeah.
At the moment, you're under arrest on suspicion of theft of fuel, okay?
Okay.
So, your hands in front of you. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you don't mention one question, something which relates to a line in court, if you do say maybe give me evidence. The reason for you being here tonight, we believe you may be connected to a vehicle that's involved in a fuel theft. Okay? Okay. How much money have you got there?
200 for the chicks, you know.
200 for the chicks.
In moments, Steve and Tim arrive to help with the arrest.
I haven't searched him though.
So, pal, Tim, do you want to take him in and search the car? Knock him up there, knock him off. Definitely no problem. Put him up, and then I'll start searching the car.
To build any kind of case, the cops will need to find a direct link to connect the men to the van.
They're going to need to strip searching, aren't they? Going to have a killer now.
The white van's key could be the crucial bit of evidence to link the suspects to the fuel thefts. But the cops have had no luck finding it.
It was a bit suspicious that someone would have come to that location at that time of day, other to us than to go there for the purposes of getting into that van to go and steal more diesel. So quite rightly and appropriately they were arrested. We're now just going to go through the vehicle, search it, see if we can't hopefully find a more evidential link between the car and them, i.e. the key for the van. If we've got that, then it's kind of timed everything in perfectly.
You just sit back down, please. Thank you.
Steve and Tim take the suspects into custody.
We have a prisoner booked in. He will be strip searched because we think he might have a key concealed on him to that van because we've not found one in the car we searched. Just go in there, please. Thank you.
A phone Tim has seized from one of the suspects could offer some clues.
Quite a few calls coming into this phone at the moment. There's 3 in a space in a couple of minutes, 2 different people ringing in. So someone's obviously missing this chap. More concerned.
A search of the man's pockets uncovers another large sum of money. £400. Enough for a lot of prostitutes.
They both were unemployed when they booked into the custody suite, and for someone who's unemployed, the amount of money that was on the desk makes you wonder what they're doing out at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, coming to a van that's been used for theft.
Follow me. Go down here. It's great to catch these guys. Both claim to be unemployed, both got substantial amounts of cash on them up front. One of them had a t-shirt on that said game over, and unfortunately it really was game over for him tonight.
But Tim's victory was short-lived. After a strip search of both men, no key was found. So with no conclusive proof that the men arrested were the fuel thieves, all charges against them were eventually dropped.
Okay.
The unregistered van, with its diesel stealing equipment, was seized by the police and crushed. Coming up, a man gets a load off his chest.
Hello?
And Matt goes crackers.
Crackers. Beautiful.